Hello, welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by, checking out my channel. It's all about crochet, a little bit about knitting, some yarn, and my journey in this fantastic yarny community. Hey, returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming and spending a little bit of your Monday with me for updates on my make-alongs. And today I got a couple of finished objects. I don't know where to start. It's Monday and I am slow to come online today. Gosh, my head is just not with me. It was a rainy, stormy, gray weekend, and it makes me so sluggish when it's like that. And it's raining again this morning. Ugh. Anyway, so let's start with, what am I wearing? I finished my modified version of the Ocean Breeze cardigan by Grace for the Frills. And I don't know, hold on, if you get seasick, I'm sorry, I'm going to push you back just a little bit so you can stand up and see this. But didn't this turn out cute? It's exactly what I wanted it to be. I always leave the little slit. I think it's cuter that way. It is just darling. It's exactly what I wanted. Nice long sleeves. I used the Yankee Monkey.
Here's what I found.
I wasn't talking to you. The Yankee Monkey bamboo cotton. On the label, it says it's light worsted. If this is a sport weight, I'll eat my hat. It's probably closer to a fingering weight than a sport weight, but it is so soft and so lightweight. This is the perfect sweater. I am dying to see if they put this on Amazon Prime Days again to get a 10-pack for like 12 bucks, because they're normally 21 something. But I'm even thinking the $21 is worth it. You get 10 skeins in a pack. Each little skein is 231 yards. And it works up so nice. I didn't have any issues with splitting. I know people complain about the cotton bamboo blends. And everybody hates Kubu because it splits. I don't know why, but I don't have a problem with it. I don't split the yarn. I don't know. Every once in a while I may, but it's not like a constant issue for me. I think that this it came out so pretty, and it's exactly what I wanted. Something I can throw in the bottom of a tote bag. Well, maybe not this one because it's white, but something that I can put in a tote bag and pull out when I'm in a restaurant and it's cold, or we're out with friends and the sun goes down and it gets a little chilly. The way I modified this is I took the pattern for her V-neck, which is do this shoulder first, then this shoulder next, and then you attach it here and do a panel. And then you do a straight back panel for the back, and then the sleeves in the round. Where I modified it is I took the measurement at my widest point all the way around, divided that in half, and that's how wide I wanted the front panel. Well, because I was going to take these two the front to the V-neck, I needed this section here and this section here divided in half again, so that I knew that I needed to go down this far enough to here to get to that inch measurement, and over here the same one. And then once I did the next row, it was the full measurement of my half circle, or the half circumference. And then with the sleeves, I just did them in the round. Started with a little 3 rows of half double crochet just to kind of give it a little teeny cuff, And then I did every other row, the rows that I did the solid on, I did an increase until I got about here at the widest part of my arm. And then I just went all the way up until my sleeve measurement was 17.5 inches, because I wanted it to be long. I like my sleeves long, but I also wanted to be able to push it up if I want to. This yarn, because it's cotton, it's probably going to stretch out a little bit. But at this point, it fits perfectly and I love it. And I'm probably going to make another one, just because if I can get my hands on some more of that Yonky Monkey in some other colors, I'll probably have a wardrobe of these, because it's just the perfect Florida sweater, in my opinion. So anyway, that is my finished object, and I love it. My second finished object goes with my Make Along Monday. How many of you are participating in the 3 with Glasses cowl with Rebecca, Amanda, and Sam? I'll list their channels below. Sam is with Mamphis Makes, and she's the one who I saw this cowl with, and each of the girls that are participating in this picked out a different pattern. Then they had everybody vote onto which pattern they wanted to do, and I believe this was Amanda, the Obsessive Crochet Lady's choice, and it was a Wilma Westenberg shawl called Bella Vita, and it is so pretty. Again, I modified it. I did the 75 rows that the pattern calls for. Then I did a couple more rows on the end. But anyway, hold please. Thank you for holding. I forgot to bring the yarn in with me. So the yarn I used is Cloudborn Fibers Highland Sport in Lagoon. And this is how much I have left of one skein hank. It says it's a number 2, but it's a really thin number 2. There were 200 yards on this. It's a 50-gram hank of 100% fine Highland wool, hand wash, do not wring, dry flat, no ironing. And it says to use a 3.75 hook. That's not what I used. And then the main color, this is how much I have left. And this is Yarn Bee that I got on clearance. The color is Petal Perfecto. 400 yards of a 50 superwash merino wool, 50 lyocell. It says to use a 3.25 crochet hook. Where's the, it's a number 1 fine, hand wash, do not dry, do not iron. Anyway, these are the 2 colors that I used in my shawl. This is what I have left. Is this the second skein? I think this is the second hank of this, and I only used one of this. And this is how my shawl turned out. Ta-da! It's more of a shawlette. The pattern ends, but I added on, I think the pattern ended here, and I added all this on. So I added the 10 rows of the double crochet, then I did the small window, and then for an edging, I just did 1 row of the puff stitch. And I think this turned out super cute. I think it's long enough, it's, you know, long enough to cover your shoulders if you're out and about, but you could also do it like this if you're you know, if you're a cold weather person and you're, you know, in the northern hemisphere where it's freezing cold all winter long. You've got this with this little pop of color. I think it's pretty versatile. This yarn is soft. It's too hot for this, but this is definitely going to be a gift for my daughter-in-law. So this is my shawl for the three with glasses cowl, and I wanted to say thanks, ladies, for putting on such a fun cowl. I had a blast doing this. It's not really a hard pattern to follow. It's one of those that's a good one to use if you're struggling with reading patterns, because it's there's sections of things that you know how to do. So, there's a tutorial, I believe, that goes with it, but I know one of the ladies did a tutorial also about how to do this. And so this, I really enjoyed it. Thank you, ladies. I had a lot of fun doing this. So this is my Bella Vita shawl finished and done. So the only other, these are the two things I have done. Now, my make-alongs that I'm currently working on, can we just talk about multivalence for a second? I am so frustrated with June's clue. I have done something, I don't know, and I had to put it in timeout. I'm not going to look at it for the rest of this week, and probably not into next week, and pull it out again. I have worked that stupid thing and frogged it 5 times, and I cannot figure it out. So I'm putting it away. I'm going to give it some time to percolate, and then I'm going to try again. I might even change the color of yarn that I picked out for June, just because I need that clean of a fresh start. So it's in its bag, and it's sitting quietly, behaving itself in the corner. So that leaves me to the Double Dog Dare Knit Blanket with Laura at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. And Laura, the sweet angel that she is, sent me a text message with the rest of the pattern written out, with how many rows we're going to do and when we're going to finish it. I think we're going to finish it like the first week in November. So I'm really organized this go around, because this is a repeat of the first stuff that we did. And so yesterday I breezed through the first section that was the section where you knit purl two, knit two, purl two, and then on the opposite side you purl two, knit two. That thing gave me such a headache the first time I did it, but this time I did it with no problems. As you can see, I've got all my little stitch markers every 4 stitches, so I know that I have to switch. And I just remember knit on the purls on the knits, and I got through this without wanting to strangle myself, without wanting to chuck this out the window. I'm getting the hang of it. I'm totally getting the hang of it. You can see I've moved my lifeline up and everything. It's like a real knitter. So that is where I am on my Double Dog Dare Knit blanket, my 10mm Knitter's Pride knitting needles. They're bamboo on I think it's a 40-inch cord. Don't quote me on that. I'm using a Karen anniversary cake in the color Tropical Butterfly. It's 100% acrylic. It's perfect. And it's living in my Aruba bag because I love Aruba and I love my turtles. And okay, so that is that. And again, thank you, Laura, for being my knitting angel, for making it that I can get through this, that I can get through this next section without too much trouble. I mean, come on. She hand wrote out the pattern with what weeks needs to go in and sent me a text message with it on. Now, how did I get so lucky to have such a great fairy godmother? Thank you, Lala. Anyway, okay, so then the last one I am doing is the Judy's Creations and Crochet Cowl, which is a flower. And the inspiration this month is, I believe she called it the Larkspur. Pop a picture right here. Super pretty. I picked out this yarn to go with this picture. And this is called the Knit Cravings Yarn Company. The color is called Geode on their Sugar Silver Gold. It's a 84 superwash merino, 16 stellina, 425 yards. I hate this yarn. Let me rephrase that. The yarn itself is nice. It is working up fantastic. I hate stellina. I do not like the way this feels in my hands. I know most people say that they can't feel it. I can, and I just, it hurts after a while. I can't do as fast as much as I want to do because it ends up hurting my hands. But I'm soldiering through, and because I really don't like using this yarn, I went on Ravelry and I found a pattern by CJ Brady, which is one of Judy's favorites, and I picked out a pattern that is one of her one skein patterns, and I really like it. It's called the Finding Balance. It's more of a scarf than a shawl. It's asymmetrical, but as you're working it, as you're working it, you put the edge on, the decorative edge, and then at the end there's another final edging to put on that's, I think, picots. That is optional, but I think I'm going to do it because it looks really cute. So this is where I'm at. Can you see that cute little edge? It's so pretty. This yarn does work up really nicely. I just don't like working with it. Another funny story about this scarf. I was on row, where was I last night? 67 of 80 is how far you go when you're doing the increases. And I realized back at row 49, I dropped a stitch. So I had to go I frogged it all the way back to row 49 and start it again. I am now on row, 53? Because after I did that, I was like, oh, the heck with this. I'm putting this down. But this pattern with this adorable edging is it's perfect TV crochet, very simple 2-row repeat. It's a great pattern, and it only takes 420 yards of fingering weight using a 4mm hook. I went up to a 4.5mm hook only because I couldn't find my 4s. I have more than one 4mm hook. They're stuck in project bags someplace. So I went up to a 4.5. So I might use a little more than 420 yards, but I think I have more than enough, and this says 425. I have to break into one of these, I'll break into one of these to finish it. I think I'm going to use that soft pink from Knit Crate to do the picot edging on this, just to give it something else to kind of break up the variegated. But this is so pretty, and I'm really sad because I think this is gorgeous yarn. It's really, really nice yarn. I just can't stand the touch of that stellina. Anyway, so this will be done probably by the weekend because it's super easy. Like I said, I was booking along. I was on row 67 of 80, and then you decrease, so you know the decreases are going to go faster than the increases. So I should have this done, and this will probably go with me today. My husband has a doctor's appointment, you know, follow up from this hospital stay, and you know how long those always sitting in the waiting room. So I'm going to take this because it's mindless, and I can stick it in a small project bag, and it won't be that hard because it's just this one little ball. And so that is my Judy's Creations in crochet flower cowl. That is it for my make along. So gosh, guys, that's it. I hope you all had a great weekend. Like I said, it was rainy and miserable here all weekend long, so I did kind of sit around and do a whole lot of nothing and crochet all day, and got this done, and I'm so excited about it. I hope you have a great rest to your week. Don't forget, self-care is important. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your loved ones. But above all, be kind to everyone. We'll see you on Wednesday.